All right, we're cleaning out there. This is an original. I'm still waiting. If anyone's got an original intro they want to put together for me, please email me. I would appreciate it. So I was hanging out with this kid, not the tornado chasing kid, not TJ Martinell. This young kid, 20 something guy, who owns a house outright because he saved his money and didn't get married, didn't get divorced, all that other stuff. He's a minimalist, impressive young man. And this kid could just kick my ass in hiking. He belonged to a team, I won't say where, but this guy definitely puts it on handicap mode when Boomer Cappy goes hiking. Normally I beat people, but this guy, it's a charity act when he goes. So he's a younger guy and he paid attention. And we met out hiking. He recognized me. Are you Aaron Cleary? I'm like, yeah. Oh my God, you do go hiking. I'm like, no, I lie about that. I stay at home and jerk off to the prawn all the time. It's all an act. I'm actually a content, happy person who's just a pushover. I'm just a teddy bear in real life. This is just the anger and rage is all fake. So we become friends over time. So last time we went hiking, um, we're driving back, and I know he's got a soft spot for the milfs, which I understand because if you're a 20 something boy, the hottest women are Gen Xers. They're MILF age. I can't help it. We're the thinnest, most attractive generation ever, or not ever. Currently in circulation, and not joking. I don't have fun going out with your purpled haired, nose pierced tub of lard over there. I'm sorry, Gen X is just the sexiest generation alive, even though we shouldn't be. Although he has ran in, I won't say where, but he has ran into a very good looking gal of the MILF variety. But he's like, oh yeah, I could be a sugar boy or what's a sugar boy? A gigolo? Boy toy. He could be a boy toy. I said, well, wait a minute, hang on now. You're Mr. Independent. You're Mr. Own Your House. You're Mr. It's all paid off. You're Mr. I'm not getting married. And he's like, no, I could have a MILF in town. Like, oh really? Yeah. She could like buy me nice things. I'm like, oh, you want a rich MILF? And he says, yeah. I said, well, she had her own place and then like different places. And, like you could go you could go to Summerlin, get the Summerlin MILF. And then she's got a place in Scottsdale. And then you could go to what else? I don't, whatever the fancy town is, fancy part of Salt Lake City. And, you could go to Miami and she's got different places. Like, yeah, I could do that. I said, well, you'd have to give up your job. And he's like, well, that's okay. I'm like, all right. So you're telling me you'd be okay hitting the gym, working out, taking care of the house, cleaning the place. I would say, what about cooking her dinner and meals and all that? He's like, yeah, yeah. I'm like, okay. And all you have to do is like she comes home and you have to have sex with her before she goes back to work. You're like, yeah. And so we're laughing about this fantasy. We're kind of getting, and then I caught myself. I'm like, wait a minute. I got to be quicker on my feet. I said, okay, let's remove the palatial estates and all these different hot spots across the United States. Let's just say it was a house, right? She owns a house. She takes care of it. She goes to work. She does that thing. And all you got to do is maintain the home. I'm like, ain't that what women had for the longest freaking time? I'm thinking like, down the road, I got to do the research first, but my economic spidey senses, especially for the younger generations, if you look at labor force participation rates, is that more and more young women are going to college at least. Entering the labor force, I'm not too sure about, but they presumably you would go into the labor force. And one of the great things people are bemoaning is the lack of men going to college and consequently the labor force. And I'm predicting there's going to come a point in time, maybe not today, but soon, where women are going to be the ones majority working and therefore paying for the majority of the welfare state, and these boys to stay at home on their video games and prawn. Which I was kind of like, well, at least if there was a boy toy, if you had a house husband, he'd be doing work. But now the girls are going to end up paying for the neats and the nilfs, not milfs, nilfs, not in the labor force. These losers we all make fun of, the incel type, which rightfully so you should ridicule them. But I was just sitting there thinking about wait a minute. So you're telling me all I got to do is get up, clean the house a little bit, stay in physical shape, go do the grocery shopping, clean the house, and then you'll take care of me? Like, that's the agreement? Why why did you girls give that up? Because me and the kid were sitting there thinking, like, I'd trade it now. My life, obviously, it's not fair because I don't work the 9 to 5. It doesn't equate. But back in the day when I was working, and in hindsight now, certainly if I had to work, I'd be like, dude, I'd snatch that offer up and have a second. You get me and attract, because you girls aren't going to touch a guy unless he's good looking, right? Not going to touch him unless he's good looking. So, all right, I get a woman I'm physically attracted to. She goes to work. I get to stay at home. Maybe I gotta wake up and make a breakfast or something, and I could go back to bed. And I know there are no kids in this formula. All right, there are no kids. I'm just pointing this out. And then keeping the house maintained, that's not hard. I'll throw in manual labor, like the men's stuff that we would normally have to do, maintaining the car, and I'll throw that in there for free. Girls wouldn't do it. The guy comes back, he still has to fix the car, mow the yard. I'll do it all. There was a magazine called Good Housekeeping. This was back when women would keep the house, and it was good housekeeping. There was pride, and it was a very important thing to families. But gosh, they probably found all the copies of that article magazine and burned them all. But I would be a good housekeeper. I like, okay, I'm gonna fix this, get that, get the bed of flowers going over there, shovel the dry, whatever. And then I get to have sex with this milfy cougar gal that takes care of me. And then in the afternoon, I mean, I could go to the cigar lounge and play poker. I could go to the bar. I could go hang out with my buddies, or the female equivalent of going to the nails. Like, why? What did you like? And I know the prescripted, already put in the barrel of the gun, bullet ready to fire, if not already out of the barrel coming at me, is we might wanted more in life. I'm like, okay, I get that, but hasn't several decades of finding out that work sucks? Hey, wouldn't you have come to the conclusion that, like, hey, the stay-at-home husband or wife, doesn't matter, the stay-at-home life isn't all that bad. Unless you had a really great career, a really great job that you really love and in purpose at agency. I'm like, there's never been a day, like, after, like, working and knowing what banking was about, or being an analyst, or even working security. So you're telling me you come home in that pencil skirt with the heely heels and crotchless underwear, all right? That's what you're telling me. You pay for all my stuff, all right? And all I got to do is stay in shape so you find me physically attractive, and cook and maintain the home. And then if I can do that efficiently and expeditiously, let's say I finish at noon, right? I could go golf with the guys. You'll even give me an allowance. You'll give me a car. What's wrong with you girls? Wait, okay, you finish up at noon, right? Okay, then couldn't you pursue a part-time gig or a career, something to maybe give you a little bit, get you out of the house? And me and the kid were sitting like, what an epiphany. Just what an epiphany. Like, right there, like, never asked it. Like, it's a fantasy for a guy, admittedly, a MILF with, a MILF in every port of call, and she has a luxurious house in finer places of all the major metros. It just sat there like, wait, ain't that what women have? I don't know. Have fun with your student loan debts. Have fun with your careers and professions about, oh my God, we got to make things fair, and I'm going to save the planet, help the children. Or get your master's degree and have fun. Have fun. And maybe this is the future, because there's no denying. I got to figure out, I got to get the updated numbers, but men and women are going different directions. Men are working less, women are working more. Men aren't going to college as much, women are going to college more. And down the road, the roles are going to be reversed in that one way, where you're like, well, I don't have a husband to take care of me or contribute to the household. Why am I paying for all these loser incel, disability collecting neats? I voted for the Democrat Party, not me, is what you wanted. I'm sitting here being an idiot on the internet, riding my motorcycle, hiking and walking the dog with no real value. I know that's your problem. You voted for all these welfare programs. I bet you, maybe not my lifetime, but soon thereafter, I'm wondering if we're not getting to a point where it's going to be the women are working and paying all the taxes. The guys are going to be collecting the welfare checks. They're like, boy, I don't even have a house husband helping. Oh, too bad. I don't feel like getting married. It's not on my priority list. I want to get to level 37 on World of Warcraft. Can you give me more stimmy checks so I can get my chicken tendies and Mountain Dew delivered by Uber Eats? Work a couple more hours at the social welfare department. The irony is that these gals are going to be like working with these guys that in a different time, under different real normal circumstances, would have made some decent husbands and men, but they're just giving them all the free government money. Like, oh yeah, you qualify for this, you qualify for this. Here's all the money in the world. Why can't I find a man? Where have all the good men gone? I'm paying for their. You literally gave him the check. You voted to authorize the funding for this program to take 40% of your money out. You gave those guys the check, and now you're complaining. And you could have been the house husband, or I guess traditional stay-at-home wife. But just think about that. Just think about it. Just think about it. I'm for it. So let's sit down. Hang on. You're telling me all I got to do is look pretty, work as a waiter or a bartender, go to the gym, get buff. You're going to ask me out because you're the high-flying corporate executive now, and I stay cute. And then all I got to do is sexually satisfy you and keep the house clean and all that, and you'll take care of everything else? Okay. Where do I sign up? Oh, and in 3 to 4 decades' time, if I don't agree to this, you're going to keep voting in a system that'll pay me to live anyway? You can't sign up for that enough. Oh, I God Almighty, I don't know what. That's another thing, mate. And I mean, sincere question, girls. Do you like work more? Is it more than the prospects of being a stay-at-home wife? I'm very curious. Like, so the life, obviously based on decisions. I guess I have my answer already made based on the behaviors exhibited in the real world. Okay, you prefer to do that than be a stay-at-home. I guess. All right. But man, guys, let's get in on this racket, huh? Huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah. You go get your master's degree. Oh, yeah. Work. Yeah. No, I'll stay home and take the care of the kids. Man, running around with the kids like, hey, you want to go fishing? You do it right. You homeschool your kids. You could teach your kids in 2 hours what it takes teachers like 8 hours to teach them. And like, all right, you got your math done. You got an A and, your history, Appomattox Courthouse. Good for you. I don't know. You want to go to the baseball game? Oh, God. It'd be great. Anyway, so link below is, what do I got linked below? Bachelor Pad Economics. That's a great book for all you boys to get your finances together. Girls, too. I know it's Bachelor Pad Economics, but I don't know. There wasn't some multi-billionaire philanthropist, astronaut, love, filth book. It wasn't a Harlequin romance book. So I don't know. You want to learn about finances, you could take it. So there you guys go. Bachelor Pad Economics. Achieving Financial Excellence. That's my introductory financial planning course, personal financial management course. That just gives you the philosophy. You might want to start there. And then my Amazon affiliate link. I mean, look, let me tell you something. So you better get familiar with my Amazon affiliate link. Go ahead and bookmark it. The reason why is you being the house husband, you're going to have to move the mouse a lot and make a lot of click and buy some stuff. Honey, we need more onions. Got it. Click. All right. The printer ran out of Pelge's orders. Hey, kid, you want to go fishing? Got your daughter like, hey, you want to go to that crazy, like they got these, I take my nieces to them. They got little cupcake pastry places that are like pink and girl. They're made for girls, little girl, I guess adult girls too, but they got really good pastries. So you take them there and the girls are all excited because it's designed for girls. Like you take your little daughter to like, hey, you want to go get one of those crazy monster cookies you like so much? Yeah, wear your princess outfit. Let's go. Your mom's working overtime tonight. Yes, she has to file those TPS reports. Don't worry. I love you, sweetheart. Oh, God. All right. Any super chats? Ba-ba-da-ba-da. None. All right. See you guys later. Toodles.